Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Don't chase a woman who doesn't want you. Now, as I've said recently in a recent video, I said, a lot of stuff I take for granted. And I take for granted that if you shouldn't try bothering going for a woman who doesn't want you. Indeed, true to the game players, they don't mess with a woman who hasn't chosen them. Like I'm talking about the whole choosing thing. Basically, they want the man. A smart man really looks for a woman who wants him. Even if he cold approach, he's gonna read her right then and see her reaction when he cold approach. And yeah, even though I said I'm not big on like cold approaching, I said if you look at a woman and the word damn come out your mouth, say something. So, the damn principle. But here's the thing. Many men still want that woman who really don't want them. Indeed, you got some men making money trying to tell guys how to get those women. Look, you can't make anybody like you. Like in my last video, my last sit down video, I talked about that. How to know a woman likes you. But see, let's be real. Men don't want the women who do like them. When I did that viral video, pay attention to the women who want you. A lot of guys say, well, of course some say no women like them. But then you also had some men who say, well, I don't like the ones who like me. Okay, that's understandable. But in that video too, I said develop yourself to the point that the woman you like are going to like you. It's just develop your best self. Attractive women do like men. And they tend to like the men who are at their best versions, right? But even with that, you can't make a woman like you. If you like, yeah, you can approach and all of that, but she's going to show some interest right then or there. And if she doesn't, okay, don't bother. Or if you're in a social circle, you go talk to the woman, hey, how you doing and everything. She might not like you. You don't chase her. Now, I say in my general area, my face is known, get some women throughout the area, range of ages and everything. I can look at them and say, okay, which one would be interesting and which ones are just being cool and friendly, And I have no shame in saying, quite a few are just cool and friendly. Okay, so I won't think in terms of like, oh, let me ask them out or something. They're not interested. They're not interested. They're not showing any interest like that. They're just being cool and friendly, and I'm good with that. As I said, there's nothing wrong with having women just as friends and acquaintances. You can still talk to them and learn something, but some are just going to be polite. But see, where a lot of guys go wrong at is they think, and this is why a lot of guys are really getting in trouble, they think they can change the woman's mind. They think they can get her to like him. Indeed, that's how really the whole thing with dating anyway got really started. You trying to convince a woman, you bringing her flowers, trying to impress her and everything. Look, she's either impressed with you or not. Really, she either likes you or she don't from the first look, from the first glance within a few seconds. And even that's just opening the door. And the only exception to that is she get to know you. But then that's still, she's going to show some indication that she's feeling you in that way. But if she's just being polite or, she ain't showing any interest, she ain't looking at you a certain way, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. I remember when I was young, I was showing interest in this woman at one of the schools I was going to. It was actually a couple other women. It's like, Ron, come on, man, she ain't feeling. She ain't feeling. And, just real quick, that's the importance of having like a strictly platonic female friend. They can spot something. From that point on, I learned how to spot the signs and everything, because a woman can be polite to you, but is she looking at you a certain way? Is she smiling when she's seeing you? Is she going out her way to engage you? If you have to chase, and which some guys do. Let me just say that some guys will just be persistent. And actually, you know, they'll get the woman, but let me say something about that for those who use persistence. It works, but it don't work. And it's not going to work with all women. And it'll work with a few women. But usually that type of woman is on an extreme settle. She can't get the men that she actually wants. And then if she does, she'll leave that man who was super persistent alone. So, you know, the chase, shoot, those are the women who say, oh, he's creepy, or, you know, he's being creepy or something like that. No. Most you do is say hi to a woman. You know, hey, how you doing? Gauge her reaction. She starts showing some indications that she has some interest. How she looking at you? How she smiling? Everything, okay, go for it. She's showing that she's open. But if she ain't doing all that, don't waste your time and energy. First of all, let me say something about that time thing. Shout out Alan Roger Curry, may he rest in peace. He always talked about time wasters. You get some women, they not interested, but they'll string you along for their own entertainment. And I do mean entertainment. You thinking you doing something, but they laughing at you. You know, I remember something else in college. There was this guy chasing this woman, and she used to clown him. He didn't realize it. She was talking trash about him. She even, like, you know, because we ain't had those smartphones and everything. So one time she was on like a payphone in a dorm and stuff, and he was talking to her, doing his thing, and she was letting everybody else hear what he was saying. And he didn't realize everybody was laughing at him. But she just wasn't interested. At some point, we had to take him to the side and say, look, man, she ain't feeling you know? But seriously, if she ain't chasing, don't waste your time, don't waste your energy. Pay attention to the women who want you. And once again, as I said in that video when I talked about that before, if you're not getting the women who want you, or the women you want back, then you need to change yourself. You need to make yourself more attractive for the more attractive women. You need to get your mind and body right. Your mind, body, style, everything right. Your attractiveness right. Because you want the ones, and you want somebody who's going to reciprocate. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with making that first approach and everything. Because you can tell right away if she's interested. But if she ain't real, she's like, it's not worth it. Like the guys who can be super persistent and everything, a lot of them, you know, that's just what they're going to do. But it's not a lifestyle that most men can like live. Only very few men have any level of success. And even then, they probably need to double back home one day. So anyway, simply, it's a simple thing. Don't chase a woman who doesn't want you, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for right now. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.